you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
What it is, YouTube, you know what it is. It's your boy, the Moose Squad. Let's kick it.
Body jumping off wild like a zoo. Jaws bust open, yeah, it's coming through. Moose on the loose, sipping on that brew. Folks got it quick, they ain't got a clue. Moose got the juice, dancing in a groove. Knocking over tables, nobody improves. Moose stomping hard, he just Billy Hughes dudes. Body on the edge, everyone amused.
Hey, man, welcome back to the channel. Okay. So, rumor has it that the legend is fighting tonight on Netflix. The legend is fighting tonight on Netflix. The legend is fighting tonight on Netflix. All right. So, let's get ready to rumble. All right, y'all. Y'all know what day it is, man. It's fight night. I know I'm a DJ, but we have to get into this. We have to. Okay, so I'm going to set the stage so y'all know. I remember this match. Right? This match. I remember this match very well. That is the match. There's a couple that are very memorable for me. But let's get into sports for a minute. Now, y'all know that I don't watch foosball anymore, and I don't watch basketball anymore because I grew out of that. I used to watch, oh man, I was a 49ers fan when the Rice Man and Jerry Montana were in control. I was a basketball fan of the Bulls forever and ever and ever and ever. But the day that Michael Jordan teamed up with his crew and they took home a lot of trophies, it's about the same time that they even have a day for Jerry Rice called Rice Day in San Francisco. I remember that. I remember when they implemented that day. But I've always been a 49ers fan, always will be a Bulls fan. And I know I catch a lot of hell. But I remember when Carr went to Houston. And he actually made Houston what it is. Not really that good about it. But I really didn't. I remember when they started that club. But so I was a big time football fan. And then I also was a NASCAR fan. Always have been, always will. I've been a NASCAR fan since a lot of greats were racing. And the biggest ones was what was it? I forgot the guy's it's on the tip of my tongue. He was a Portland favorite. And he actually had a shop around the corner from our house. Big Daddy, I forgot his last name. I think it's Big Daddy John Garlitz, I think it was his name. John Garlitz, yeah. That's that. Oh, yeah, it's Big Daddy John Garlitz. So I used to go to his shop all the time, and he'd give me stickers and all kinds of stuff, man. He'd let me, I sat in a race car when I turned one on. Oh, my God, you could feel the motor rumble, man. The motor would just holding the steering wheel at 8 and hearing that motor run, it was just like insane. It was like the capture of an 8-year-old. You know what I mean? And sports to me was always it. But I remember the day that my mom, we got cable TV in 1981 when it finally came out to Portland. It came out, I remember it was Cox Cable. I believe that was it. Yeah, it was Cox Cable. And I remember we got cable TV for the first time. That was the first time I got color TV. And yeah, the first time I had color TV with a remote, you know what I mean? Because I have a black and white TV. Actually, still, I still had that black and white. Well, it's not here, but I still had the black and white TV that I got given to me when I was in when I was 10 years old. They gave me a black and white TV of my own. And I always, listen. Now, it was always on channel 11, I believe. Was it 11? Whatever channel the Ramble and Rod, to channel 12. Channel 12. I always had it on channel 12 because on Saturday night at 11 o'clock, Portland Wrestling was on. And I always watched Portland Wrestling. I even got to go to the matches. I met all kinds of people at the matches. I met Beetlejuice back in the day when Beetlejuice was around. I met Andre the Giant. Did I say that again? I met Andre the Giant. I met Randy Savage. Before he was Macho Man Randy Savage, before he hit the big time, because what they do in wrestling cards, if you know wrestling very well, like it is, they shift people around to different wrestling places. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but WWF at the time was small. It wasn't as big as it was, and WrestleMania put it on the ticket. So I never got to actually go to a WWF match. We're going to get into, hold on, we're going to get into what I'm about to talk about, but y'all need to hear this because this is who I am. So I used to watch boxing all the time. And I remember HBO, we had HBO. I remember this, man, because my mom would get mad at me because Friday night was boxing night. Y'all know Friday night at the fights. That's what I was watching. I was watching Friday night at the fights. And then how boxing goes, if y'all familiar with boxing, I could tell you all about it. So boxing starts out with the small card and they work their way up to the big card. They always have small cards and then they have like the definition of the fight, which is basically the major card. Why you pay your tickets. You pay your tickets for, now we're going to use this. We pay our tickets to see Mike Tyson fight. But we're going to get all kinds of different people in between Mike Tyson. We're not just going to watch Mike Tyson whoop somebody's ass real fast and be done with it, because it would be useless, because that's why if you turned on Netflix, it says 3 hours and 40 minutes. Dude, they're expecting and this is something that y'all got to understand, that they're expecting the bout to go at least 12 rounds each boxing match. So they go 12 rounds. They can go up to 12 rounds. They can go up to 12 rounds until somebody throws it in. You won't see three round bouts or anything. They might say that, but this schedule, they're going to say the schedule. Like if you ever watch the wrestlers, this bout is scheduled for 1 fall. Okay. So now we know that 1 fall is scheduled for the boxing match. So each match, they will say what is scheduled for. Okay. So I do want to say that wrestling and boxing kind of have and UFC, UFC is cold-blooded. And UFC has different ideas on how they do it, but they always announce everything, so you know what is going on. Like this is scheduled for 15 rounds of knockout boxing. They expect it to go 15 rounds. But guess what? That's what happened. That's what happened. My mom was so mad. So we were watching pay-per-view. I'm watching all the boxing matches, and she'd come in and she'd be mad. She'd be go, so when Mike Tyson going to fight? So I could turn the channel. I said, oh, well, it's going to be a long while, Mama, because he's scheduled for 13. He's scheduled, I think it was 12 or 15. He's scheduled for 15. And she goes, what? And I was like, yeah, man, it's going to be a couple hours, because each bout, each round is 2 minutes. And I was like, Well, it's about 2 minutes and 20 seconds a piece. And she goes, the only TV in the house. That's why my mom was mad, because we had the only TV in the house. And so she let me do it. She let me watch the wrestling and all that. But I remember that day. It was all my friends. We were sitting in front of the TV, and all of a sudden they announced the fighters to come out. And they announced Iron Mike Tyson, man. And everybody in that whole arena was on their feet, hooping and hollering and yelling and crazy. It was insane. But you all want to know what's greater, crazier? Let me explain. So y'all know that in Las Vegas, right? In Las Vegas, it's legal to gamble. Well, they actually have places where you can go place bets on the Steelers, on the 49ers, and all that. It's legal as long as it's in LA and as long as it's in Las Vegas. I mean, there's still rules and conditions for you to gamble against your team. You can gamble against your team legally, and there are other things that incorporate that part. But so there was lots and lots and lots and lots of money on Mike Tyson to lose, because they didn't think Mike Tyson was going to be able to stand the 12 rounds. They thought he was going to fall. There was lots of bets putting money that Mike Tyson was going to win, and he's going to win in the 12th round or the 10th round and the 8th round. See, they do the bets all over the place, but they forgot. This kid was no joke. Mike Tyson, I'm going to tell you something, man. I saw something today that really got me sparking. Old Don King got up on there, and Don King is the man. Y'all don't know who Don King is? Well, he was his promoter. Don King was his promoter, but y'all know this, man. I want to say this to you. This is not anything to do with political, because before political was political, if you're a true boxing fan, you'll know what I'm about to say out of my mouth. And I'm not lying when I say this. Trump, I don't care if you like him or don't like him. I don't give a damn. But he is a big sports fan. And when Tyson got out of prison, Tyson will tell you, when he got out of prison, nobody wanted to look his way. Nobody wanted to look his way. And he'll tell you, if you ask him those questions. He said when he got out of prison, he got a phone call from Donald J. Trump. And Trump was so happy to hear that he was out of jail, out of prison, and said, if you need anything, you can get it. I'll help you out. If you need anything, let me know. That's what Trump told him. And he'll tell you that straight out of his mouth. Okay, so let's get back. So tonight he's going against this YouTuber, Jake Paul. Now, I've seen a couple of his so-called whoopings, and the way he dresses and the way he acts and all that other stuff. He's a cocky young white kid. He's a cocky young punk. That's what I'm going to look at it. And you know why I say he's cocky and young punk? The way he talks out of his mouth. We all know that people like to, okay, I'm going to use this as a prime example. Now. So y'all know, right? We're talking about this. So I'm going to get into this. So if you ever watched Rocky, man, Rocky was crazy. And his first one, it was good. He got on there with Apollo Creed, and just like they pulverized each other, and you know what I mean. And he knocked Apollo out, and they became friends. So 2 comes, and here comes Hollywood Hogan, 30 Thunder Lips. Here comes Thunder Lips, a wrestler. You know, he was playing a wrestler in there. They should have just used Hogan, but they didn't. I guess because of WWF and all their bullshit. So he comes in as Thunder Lips, picks Rocky up over his head and throws him like he's a toy. Okay, now, if you ever saw Stallone, Stallone's not tall. Stallone is not tall. They talk about how they have to do camera angles and everything else to make him tall, but he's not tall. Everybody towers over Stallone. Stallone's about my size. I mean, my height. Stallone's not tall. And sometimes they said that he had to use elevator boots to make him look taller than what he really is. But Stallone did his own, a little history on Stallone. He did his own stunts. He does a lot of his own stunts. He still does his own stunts. It says guys made of iron, like Iron Mike Tyson. There's rumors that all kinds of stuff, but he has done he's a boxer. So he was a boxer. So it fits the narrative that he played Rocky. So y'all know that a lot of that stuff that you saw on the TV, yeah, there's a couple times where they did this and that, but they said he did his own stunts. So when you see Rocky getting hit, Rocky's really getting hit. Just to let you know. So this Tyson comes on the scene. And when Tyson came on the scene, he blew it out of the water. Evander Holyfield was on the water. But one thing I'm going to tell you is Butterbean. That was a time Butterbean was around. That's this guy right here, Butterbean. If you ever played in Nintendo's Nintendo's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, you have to fight Butterbean before you get to Tyson. Yeah, you do. And you're some skinny. It's pretty funny, man. You gotta get the video game. You gotta check out Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This is the thing of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. That's what it looks like. So, Iron Mike Tyson, man, he goes long back with me. I could talk about Montana and Jerry Rice and the Bulls and Michael Jordan. And he fell out and then he came back and took up a different number and all this stuff that was happening and just all kinds of craziness. But boxing and wrestling, I was in it. I went to every single wrestling match until I was 16. I stopped watching wrestling. Every Saturday night, I got my $5 and went and sat. And she gave me, actually I had $15 on me so I can get popcorn and a soda. But my mom would drop me and my friend off. We both had we had $30 between the two of us. We would get in with our $5 and go sit in the peanut gallery. You didn't need to sit in the peanut gallery. We weren't sitting in the peanut gallery. We were wandering the matches, watching the matches. And the match would start before they would go talk shit in the crow's nest. We were there. I met Tom Peterson. Tom Peterson was like the forever endorsement to wrestling in Portland. Yeah. Tom Peterson's probably would be still around if he would have listened to his wife, but that's another story. But anyways, so I know this is not what you're expecting today. You're expecting to watch me play with some music and stuff like that. But I want you to know, are you ready to rumble? Because tonight, that's what we doing tonight. We're going to have us a watch show. We got the Netflix already tuned up. As y'all know, got to have Netflix, baby. So we're gonna be watching I would hate to be actually where the stadium is right now. I would hate to be there because I know it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy in Dallas Fort Worth because y'all know it's in Arlington. It's in the middle of both of them. That's where the Cowboys are. They're not in Fort Worth. They're not in Dallas. They're in Arlington. So, and then Arlington's like a little city between the two. There's a bunch of cities up there, but Dallas Fort Worth is huge. And I do want to say this to y'all, man. Be on the lookout for more DJ related content. I'm sorry that I went off, but I had to go on this because I'm ready to rumble. I'm ready to watch some fighting. I am ready to watch some fighting. It's been a long time since I watched a good wrestling match. Wrestling's gone down to the curb. They ain't got no good acting anymore. Regardless if it was good acting, it was good. It's always must watch. Now they got that Monday Night Raw and Friday night, whatever it is. I don't watch it anymore. I don't. Back in the days when all those Junkyard Dog, Ted DiBiase, Macho Man Randy Savage, Hogan, Junkyard Dog, British Bulldogs, the Rockers. I can name all kinds of Shawn Michaels. I can sit here forever. Dusty Rhodes, and don't forget about woo. I know I did it wrong. I ain't giving them no justice, but y'all know the deal. I want y'all to know. Oh, I want y'all to know this. If y'all don't understand, you'll understand later on down the road why I did this video. All right. So with that being said, deuces. Oh man, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and ring that trusty bell for more notifications from videos like this and countless others. Smash that like button and check out one of these videos right down here. And deuces, baby.